troubleshooting video 1. The machine does not start. In other words, you turn the key, but the machine is completely dead. First area you check is every Kohler engine. On the right side of the engine, they do come in with a fuse, which basically monitors the wiring, so if there is any kind of shortage happens on board, for safety, the fuse burns out. So one of the first places you check is to take this yellow capsule apart. There is a 30 amp fuse. If it's okay, we know we don't have any shortage, so we're gonna move on and check other places why we don't have power. Right before you get out of this area, there is a blue wire which trips the solenoid to let me turn my flashlight on. This one right here, maybe by some chances might be not connected, maybe came loose. Since we don't have no power going into the solenoid, you do not get the engine crank or start. So you check the fuse, check the blue wire. Then another area, it will be your battery. Starting with the cables, you want to make sure both of your negative and positive cables are nicely secure and tight. They're not loose. And also at the same time, there is no corrosion, no calcium buildups and what have you on your battery. The next place you're going to check will be the battery itself. Maybe for whatever reason it's been drained, either it's too old or the battery has not been charged to keep a charge for the machine to run. So that would be an area here which is done by your voltage regulator on the left side of the engine. Make sure this plug is nicely connected, and of course there is a green bolt. If I come around the cameraman here, make sure there is no corrosion on that green bolt right there, you can see it. So if the machine is dead, as you turn the key, there is no lights, there is no movement on the starter. The first place will be the fuse. Maybe there was a shortage happens on board and the fuse is blown. If you, for whatever reason, you change the fuse and as you turn the ignition on, the fuse gets blown, do not try to go to a heavier or a stronger fuse. That means that's an indication there is a shortage on board. We need to figure out what area of this machine is shortening out, causing the fuse to blow. So, and the next area would have been the blue wire, which goes to the solenoid of the starter. And the last would be your battery. Basically check your battery cables. There's no corrosion on them. They're nicely tight. Also, there's an area where your battery cable comes in to the starter. You want to make sure they're nicely tight. Corrosion normally happens at the battery terminal, but it's very rare for you to get corrosion here, but there are a lot of possibilities they might come loose. There is a positive and you got your negative. This should troubleshoot the system. So however, if there is no corrosion on the batteries, all the wires are connected, the fuse is not blown, the next thing you would check to either recharge the battery or get a new battery. You should be able to crank the machine from there. Thank you.